Hello everyone, my name's Haley Plinus, and this is my informative speech with Sandra Nelson as my instructor, and I'll show you my audience real quick. Okay, let's be honest, wedding planning is not an easy thing to do. It can be very stressful and overwhelming, but if you take your time and conduct some research, your wedding can be a night you will never forget. Hello everyone, and my name is Haley Plinus, and I am going to talk to you today about some key points in planning a wedding. First things first, take your time. When you first become engaged and are thinking about setting a date, make sure the date is far enough in advance so that you do not have to rush anything. When planning a larger event, such as a wedding, it is good to take your time and plan out everything the way you want. I like to think a good time range to allow for planning is at least 1 year. This gives you enough time to book a venue and a church. And if you're planning to have your wedding in a large city, you especially want to allow at least a year because these places are booked immediately and you might not get the date you want. When you allow at least a year to plan everything, this gives everyone else time to prepare, such as a florist or a caterer. Second, always communicate with your significant other. Communication is such an important part of wedding planning and the marriage itself. There's a quote I would like to share with you by Paul Friedman. He quotes, "Marriage is meant to last a lifetime. Your future children need the security of permanence." I certainly admire this quote because it is very true, and if you continue to communicate, this quote will come true for your marriage. Another quote by Paul Friedman that I found interesting is this. He quotes, "Of all the skills learned in school, why don't they teach marriage? That's why over 50% of all who get married end in divorce." Good people don't get a divorce from a lack of trying. It is from a lack of know-how, plain and simple. It is always good to sit down and talk about what you both expect of your wedding. You're not always going to agree on everything, but there may be room for some compromising. The wedding will be more fun and enjoyable if there's a little of both ideas meshed into one. The compromising comes into play a lot when it comes to planning the meal or the overall view of your wedding. Is it going to be modern or is it going to be more classical and traditional? This is only one question out of hundreds you will be asking yourself until that big day comes. Then, set a budget for your wedding expenses. Nothing makes your wedding day more miserable is when you're worrying about how you're going to pay for everything. And if your parents or family members are offering to pay for the wedding or a portion of it, make sure you talk to them about the budget so that it is comfortable for them also. Wedding expenses can get out of hand in a hurry, and if you're not careful, you could be paying for something that's just really not necessary. Another important tip is to communicate with your partner when you're planning to buy something. He or she may know of a less expensive or easier way to purchase this product. And last but certainly not least, have fun planning your wedding. This is a time for you and your significant other to share your love for one another and to celebrate with family and friends. Planning a wedding can be very overwhelming, but only if you allow it to be. And when someone offers you help, take advantage of it because it can be too much for one person. I'm not trying to fool you in saying a wedding is not stressful. It is stressful, but stress can be managed and controlled. Have fun planning your wedding and enjoy it with your significant other. Your wedding day is a special milestone in your life, and when you finish your sentence with the words, "I do," the world stops and nothing else will matter. Thank you for listening and have a great night. Thank you.